I think we all know that the craze around holiday shopping and honestly consumerist culture in general is just at a peak level of insanity right now. Before shopping moved online, these brands used to have a one-day sale on Black Friday that was a huge discount, 40 or 50% or more. Of course, now these brands have learned they can have a worse discount that lasts longer, and ultimately they're going to make more money overall. And then sometimes they use the words Black Friday sale, but it's not actually even discounted. These brands have learned all of the psychological tricks to get us to spend more money, and I am sick of it. So this year I've decided all of my Christmas spending is going to go to small and local businesses. If you didn't know, this year there is a nationwide movement to boycott Black Friday. It's called the Mass Blackout. You can find it at themassblackout.com. And basically the idea is that for Black Friday week, you don't spend at any major retailers, whether that's for groceries or anything. You're not spending any money at those major retailers. You're only shopping at small businesses. You're also not streaming, not on Netflix, not on Spotify, not on any of these major movie or music streaming platforms. And they're also asking that if you work for one of these major retailers, that you take Black Friday week off. Obviously, that last one is going to be the hardest one. I'm sure there's plenty of people, especially the people working these low-paying jobs, probably can't afford to take the week off and might even lose their jobs if they do. But for those of us that don't work for one of those retailers, we can certainly participate by, at the very least, not spending our money there and not streaming on these major platforms. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I am redirecting my Thanksgiving and Christmas spending to small businesses and how I am redirecting my streaming to physical media. So the week of the boycott is also the week of Thanksgiving. So this is going to be a little more challenging to pull off than like a normal week, but I think that's the point. Major retailers you're going to definitely want to avoid are Walmart, Target, and Kroger. Walmart pays their employees far below what they should, and a huge percentage of them rely on SNAP to pay their bills, and then they turn around and spend their SNAP money at Walmart. So you can see how basically Walmart is just funneling SNAP money into their own pockets. I've been doing almost all of my grocery shopping this year at Trader Joe's. I feel like they're the most ethical grocery chain in the country, but I know that there have been some complaints about their labor practices, so I will be not shopping at Trader Joe's for this week at least. Local options for groceries would be farmers markets, of course, locally owned grocery stores. Bonus points if it is an immigrant-owned, like World grocery store. There are definitely some of those around. For meat, sometimes there is a local butcher shop. For anyone that is a Nashville local like me, there is the Nashville Farmers Market close to downtown. It's huge. It has so many vendors. There is Turnip Truck, which is a locally owned grocery store. And there are a couple different butchers. There is Porter Road in East Nashville, and then there's New York Butcher Shop in Green Hills. If you're finding it hard to get what you need for Thanksgiving at a local place, you could consider doing an alternative Thanksgiving menu. So not turkey and all of the usual things. Personally, that's what I've been doing for a few years now. And honestly, there's so many other better options out there than the usual like Thanksgiving foods. If you don't have one of these places close to you and you have a car, I would encourage you to drive to the nearest big city to go to one of these local places and buy what you need beforehand for the week. And if you live in a food desert and you can't leave, like, I get it. Not everyone is going to be able to participate, and that's okay. Also during this week, I will only be eating out at local restaurants as well, which shouldn't be that difficult. And I will not be using DoorDash or Uber Eats. I normally don't use them anyway, but definitely not during this week. Okay, so now for the Christmas shopping portion of the video. I know a lot of us try to do all of our Christmas shopping that week, and you still can because lots of local and small businesses still run Black Friday specials. Some notable places to avoid this year would definitely be Sephora. I find their recent Christmas ad with Mariah Carey extremely insulting and insensitive. I saw some people in the advertising world are just saying that it's rage bait, which is possible, but they win. I'm mad and I will not be shopping there. For an alternative to Sephora, there actually are other like beauty market type stores that are local. At least we have one in Nashville. It's called the Cosmetic Market. It's right in Green Hills, very close to the Sephora actually. I normally get my Living Proof shampoo at either Ulta or Sephora, and they had my shampoo, so I will now be buying from this local store instead. I honestly never would have thought to search for an alternative to Sephora. I just thought that it didn't exist, but one day I was walking by and it was there. So just look around, do some Googling, do some research. Reddit is actually a great place to find information about like local places to shop. Like the whatever page for the city that you're living in, lots of helpful info is on there. Okay, so for this sort of generic like shops where you can get gifts for every person kind of a thing, there are lots of little stores and boutiques that are locally owned that have lots of things that you can get, whether that's cute little trinkets or little home decor items or stationery sets, things like that. Just do some Googling beforehand and make sure that it actually is a locally owned store. Some notable ones that come to mind for Nashville locals are Gift Horse and Green Ray, both in East Nashville. Green Ray is a bookstore, but they have other cute little things for sale, and their curation is just fantastic. Gift Horse has a little more like cutesy things, just so many options for gifts, as well as like really beautiful like art prints and other things, a lot of things made by local Nashville artists. So for kids, you can look for a locally owned toy store, a locally owned like thrift store focusing on kids things. Sometimes there will be a locally owned like used bookstores that also has toys. You just kind of have to look around and see what the options are in your area. I remember, I think in the last place that I lived, I saw a used and vintage toy store, and it was so cool because they had toys of all kinds from every era. And I feel like that's so much more unique than just getting the newest like hot toy at Target or whatever. I know that if you're buying for kids that are old enough to be like, oh, I want the new hot toy that all the kids are talking about, then like that may not be the most fun option to them, but those options are out there. For Nashville locals, there's a store called Nashville Toys and Books in Green Hills, and it has so many cute things. Like, I was wanting to shop there for myself. They even had a huge wall of calico critters. It was so cute. There is also McKay's, which is mainly a used bookstore, but they literally have everything. They have vinyl records, they have DVDs, Blu-rays, video games, electronics, musical instruments, and they have toys. Like so many toys, stuffed animals, board games. They even have a bin of like random Lego minifigure parts so that you can make your own like minifigure person custom and then just buy the pieces that you put together. It's like the greatest idea ever. I feel like it would be just the funnest place ever to take a kid. And a lot of the toys are new in the box as well, so it doesn't feel like you're shopping through like somebody's trash. It's like you're just at another store. When I used to live near Dallas, the flagship store of Half Price Books was there, and I think they had lots of other things. They might have had toys in addition to books, but it's also just like a gigantic store that you could spend hours in. So that's another great place to get gifts. Another great place to get gifts is if there is like a holiday craft fair near you where they're featuring local artisans and small business owners that make products that you can buy for your gifts. Here in Nashville, we have the Porter Flea Market coming up in mid-December, and it's one of my favorite like weekends of the year. So many of my friends are going to be featured artists at the Porter Flea, so I love it so much. I forgot to mention, Gift Horse in East Nashville also has an online store. So I think that you can shop Gift Horse anywhere in the country, which is awesome. Good.store is another great option for just ordering gifts online. Mostly it's going to be like practical everyday items like coffees, teas, soaps, socks, things that everybody needs and uses. But what's great about Good Store is that they donate 100% of their profits to charity. So that's kind of the whole point, is to be able to buy those sort of like everyday items that everybody uses at a company that you know is operating ethically and also support a good cause at the same time. And finally, if you feel like you can't afford to buy local or support artists at one of these craft fairs, one of my favorite things to do in that situation is to bake something for somebody. You can reuse different like glass food jars or tins or things like that and give it to them as a little gift. You can get crafty and make something yourself. Like, one of my favorite things to do is to get a photo frame from the thrift store and then print out like a photo that I know this person loves, or a photo of me and that person together. There are plenty of like really low cost ways that you can give a really sentimental gift. And if you hear me say do something crafty but you don't already have craft supplies at your house, there are craft thrift stores. It's literally just the most genius idea. It's a thrift store just for craft supplies like paints, markers, paper, everything that you could think of to do crafts with. There's usually tons of yarn. If you're like a knitter or a crocheter, there's so much yarn there, you can make somebody a cute something with that. In Nashville, there are 2 creative reuse stores that I know of. The first one is Smart Art and the other one is Turnip Greens Creative Reuse. Another bonus of those 2 places is that they're both locally owned. So if you can find a locally owned craft store place, that's the best place to get your craft supplies, as opposed to like Michael's, which is a huge corporate company. Okay, and finally, where to get gift wrap from small businesses. Probably your best bet for finding gift wrap at a local store would be to look for a local stationery store. Some of them are gonna have gift wrap. I know that Gift Horse in East Nashville has lots of different party supplies in addition to gift wrap, gift bags, and cards. And like I said, I think you can order from Gift Horse online, so you can check that out. You can of course use alternatives to traditional gift wrap, like giving your gift in a tote bag or wrapping it in like brown craft paper with like a ribbon around it. Sometimes I like to save like plain brown paper bags and then just like decorate them with a marker to have like a little design. If you have any rubber stamps at home, you can use the stamp to like stamp a design on it. There are so many options that you can use, and they're also low cost because you're reusing things. Okay, and finally on to the streaming portion of the video. So I'm planning to also get off of social media, so no TikTok, no Instagram, no Facebook, except for maybe posting about the boycott. But other than that, I am not going to be scrolling on any of those apps. Now, YouTube is my heart and soul, okay? I love YouTube. And I love that by watching on YouTube, I am actually supporting independent artists, because I can attest that YouTube pays far better than any of the other platforms for putting content on it. But because I know that Google is also not a great company, I will be abstaining from YouTube for the week as well. Instead, I am going to be going on a Patreon and supporting some of my favorite creators on there so that I can still see their content. Lots of creators have bonus content on Patreon, so you can just be watching that for the week. Another YouTube alternative is Nebula. Nebula is a creator-owned streaming platform, and lots of creators, I think, have their videos go up early on Nebula. Their platform skews more towards educational and like essay type content, so if that's what you're into, you can check out Nebula. Okay, so for music, I have decided some months ago that I wanted to stop using Spotify and Apple Music. That was even before Spotify started running ads for ICE, so now we all have extra motivation to get off of Spotify. So I have been purchasing music directly from Bandcamp from smaller artists. Lots of smaller artists have their music on there for direct purchase and download. And then of course you own it forever. I decided to dust off my iPod that I've had for like 20 years and start just using it again to play music. And it has honestly been so fun. You can also just get a cheap like MP3 player that literally you just plug it in, load the files on there, and you're done. Also, another place to get a refurbished iPod is Elite Obsolete Electronics. They are a fantastic small business and a more reputable place to get an iPod than just picking a random seller on eBay. For music that is like way older, you can find some of it on archive.org, which is really cool. You can download it for free. For movies and TV, this is a very recent change for me. I finally decided I was going to get a Blu-ray and start buying Blu-rays again. I have my brand new Blu-ray collection right here. I honestly find the experience of using Blu-rays to be far superior to streaming. I don't have to worry about logging in or not having the password or not knowing what platform such and such is on and then not being able to find it when I get in there and being bombarded by like 50 things that I don't want playing when I'm just looking for the thing that I've been watching. I could go on. It's such a mess and I hate it. So I went to McKay's, my local used book/electronics store, and I got a Blu-ray player there for $50. They also have a huge collection of used Blu-rays. You can get used Blu-rays on eBay as well. And I think probably Half Price Books has them, but they range in price from like $5 to $10 for a movie. Like right now, we are watching The Lion King, and this copy of The Lion King was only $5. That's definitely quite a bit cheaper than trying to buy all your movies on iTunes. And honestly, I don't even trust that they're not just gonna remove it from your library one day if you buy it digitally. The sun has completely gone down, but I will persist. The library also has DVDs that you can check out and watch. And this is a huge game changer that I did not know about, but there is a library streaming service called Canopy. So if you have a library card, you can stream movies for free. What are we all doing paying for Netflix and all this stuff? I haven't used Canopy yet, but that's an option out there for you if you want to try it. Okay, so podcasts. I feel like people don't understand that podcasts in and of themselves is like independently distributed because it's via the RSS feed, which is not regulated by anybody. So there are independent podcasting apps other than Spotify and Apple Podcasts that you can use to get your podcasts. My favorite app is called Pocket Casts. It has a very simple, streamlined design, and all you see is the podcast that you follow. And that's it. Like what we all wanted in the first place, you know? Also, bonus, if you have an iPod like me, you actually can use Apple Podcasts to download the podcast onto your iPod. So then it's there. No need for an internet connection, no need to stream it. It's just downloaded, ready for you to listen. Okay, now for books. Say it with me, everybody. Do not buy books on Amazon. Please don't buy books on Amazon. Don't buy books on Kindle. Please. In case you didn't know, you don't own your Kindle books. Even if you paid for them, they can remove them from your device, delete them off of the Amazon store, and delete your copy. And you have no way of downloading the EPUB file anymore. So please, do not buy books from Amazon. Obviously, check out books at your library. It's so easy, it's so simple. Use the Libby app, it's even more simple. I currently have a Kobo e-reader that works with the Libby app. So literally I can just check out a book on Libby right on the Kobo e-reader and start reading it right away. It's the best thing ever. This lighting is getting kind of insane. As far as the work portion of the boycott, I am lucky enough that I do work for a small business, freelance, so I will be continuing to do that. I do, however, sometimes work for Uber Eats or DoorDash to help make some extra money. So I am committing to not be doing either of those during the week of the boycott. Okay, so lastly, what is the point of all of this? The point is that these big corporations only respond and make changes when their bottom line gets affected sufficiently enough, and that is something we have the power to do. The point also is not to stop spending money completely or to stockpile before the week so that you have enough stuff to not shop during that week. The point is definitely not to start shopping Black Friday early, because I heard Amazon moved up their Black Friday sales to November 20th because of this boycott. So do not just fall for the Black Friday sale either before or after the week. The point is to not have your spending go to these stores during the Christmas season. Not to not spend money or to hold back on spending money. It's to divert your spending to small business. These small businesses need your support, and one of the big reasons that they struggle so much is because all of us go for the convenient option instead of supporting our local businesses. So for your grocery shopping, don't just say okay, I'm gonna go to Target and buy enough for more than a week so that I'm not shopping at Target for the week. That's not the point. The point is to go shop at your farmer's market for a week or go shop at your local grocery store for a week. The other point of this is to prove to ourselves that we can do it. To prove to ourselves that maybe we don't want to make these changes for just a week. Maybe we can make these changes for months or even the next year, because I think that it's going to take a lot more than just 1 week of lost profits. Most of the things on this list I've been doing for almost the whole year, and it really has not been that hard. And finally, if you're one of the people who is really, really tight on money, who is relying on Snap just to pay your grocery bill, we all understand if you can't participate. And the fact is, these companies are going to be hit the hardest by people who do have the disposable income not spending it there. Those people, the people like me, are the target market for these companies. The people that they know reliably are going to be shopping for gifts for Christmas. Those are the people they want you to go to Sephora, to Target. That's why they advertise so aggressively and so heavily. So if you are so tight on money that you can't participate, don't feel bad about it, because the people like me and the people that have disposable income, we're the ones that need to stand up for you. Alright guys, I hope this video was helpful. I kind of put it together last minute, which is why I have no lighting and it's dark right now. I believe in us. I know that we can do it. I also believe in you. I know that we can make this a lifestyle that lasts longer than just this week and longer than just the Christmas season. Once you start actually doing it, you'll realize that living into your values actually feels great and it's not as hard as you thought it was. I hope you guys all have a great Thanksgiving and a Merry Christmas, and I will see you in the next video.